All right, welcome back to Stock Tricks with Nick for this week's Breakout Watchlist from June 21st to June 25th. In this video, I'll be covering 16 stocks with breakout potential in the upcoming week. Each of these stocks are above their 200-day simple moving average, which is in an uptrend. On this channel, we're always looking for the strongest stocks that are going to get stronger. They're all 100% off their 52-week lows, and they've all gone through some price and volume tightening, preparing for the next breakout. Last week's winners, we had Shopify up 17.6% and HEBS up 14.2%. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on StockTwits, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, all that good stuff. I do post the most on StockTwits, Stock Tricks with Nick there, and on Twitter, StockTrickNick. I also, outside of this breakout watch list that I post on Sunday mornings, I do an updated watch list in the middle of the week called the Midweek Movers. And then I do a trading recap going over all of the good things I did trading, but also all of the mistakes I made, all of my losses. You learn the most from your losses. You learn the most from your mistakes. So I'm always 100% transparent because I want to become a better trader too. And I'm not going to do that by hiding my losses. So on this channel, we kind of show off what I do wrong so you guys can learn and not make those same mistakes. If you're coming here for a specific stock, timestamps will be in the comment section below. All right, quick disclaimer. Anything that I talk about is not financial advice, not stock advice. This is for educational purposes only. Please do your own due diligence before trading. Trading comes with financial risk. Here's the stock lineup. We got 16 stocks for you. The stars just represent what you guys can vote on my Twitter account. After you guys finish the video, go vote on your favorite setup. Let's jump to that really quick. Vote on your favorite setup out of ALGN, FOUR, NGMS, and ROKU. Each week, whatever I make on TikTok, I throw into a trading account and let you guys vote on how we allocate those funds week to week. And then if that account beats my own on a weekly compounding basis, I'm giving it all away to someone who drops their TikTok or Twitter handle in the video that is linking above, not this video, in that TikTok Trading Challenge video. So going back to the stock lineup, not going to spend too much time on here because we're going to be breaking down all the charts and the buy points for each of these in a second. Here's a quick look just at all the charts. As you can see, we had strong uptrends and then have gone through some tightening. A lot of these charts look the same because that's what fits my strategy. So whatever your strategy is, really focus on perfecting that because you don't want too much style drift. You want to be the best at one type of trade, not average at many. All right, let's jump to the charts and get going. ALGN starting us off. This is a great example of the VCP pattern that Mark Minervini talks about, volatility contraction pattern. So you have the first pullback of 22% here, second pullback from high to low, 17%, third pullback from high to low, 7%, fourth pullback from high to low, 4%. So each pullback is getting tighter and tighter. Less people are getting shaken out each time, and now we have basically 4 days of highs right around the same price. I didn't draw that perfectly, but what I'll be looking for is a break over Friday's high, 617.11, as a possible buy point right there. The nice thing about this pattern is this is forming up right along all-time highs. So if it does break that, there's very little resistance up top. That's ALGN and one that you guys can vote on. Next we have ATNF. Kind of a funky looking chart here, but good volume on the way out on a couple of these days. And now we have a cup, let me zoom back in, cup and handle being put in on very little volume right along a volume shelf of support here. So we don't want to just buy randomly in this because, I mean, this could be a failure prone setup where it just pulls back down and we get stopped out. So we want to buy on a break over this 4-day pivot through here. A break over 1061 would be, or 1061, 1062 is a possible buy point there. ATNF. Next we have BVS. This is an IPO, kind of a looser cup and handle here, I guess you could call it. We had a good shakeout to the 20-day moving average, and then it looked like it was going to take off here, and I wanted to break this down for you. We had a break into all-time highs right here that failed right when we broke over the pivot point. It got out a little bit, maybe 3%, and then reversed and closed under the 8-day. So that might have shaken people out right there. We had 2 sideways days, and then we opened, undercut all the lows in this pullback except for this one day, and then rallied back above the 20 and the 8-day exponential moving average. So if you're not shaken out from these 4 days of moves, you're a stronger holder, not a weak hand, probably not a swing trader, right? And then on Friday, we set this up, nice inside candle. That means there's little disagreement on the price after that kind of move. It did close under the 20-day moving average, but not by much. So what I'm looking for here is a break over Thursday's high, 1810, as a possible buy point right through here on a lower pivot. BVS. Next we have CUTR. This is one that I was watching last week and probably should have taken it on Thursday. Let me zoom out. You got the 200-day, the 50-day in red, 20-day, and 8-day, all in the right order. So this is a nice uptrend. I think this is just short of a high type flag. Yeah, up 76%. You're looking for up 90% for those high type flags. But up 76%, pulled back 8%. So very little pullback. Really strong looking stock. And then on Thursday, we had a shake under 3 days lows here. And similar to BVS, it reversed, pushed higher, and broke over the highs and broke over this pivot. So that probably was your best entry on 614, the high, 46.85. Since then, on Friday, we not technically an inside day, but basically closed flat on the day, down 0.13%. And what we're looking for is just a break into all-time highs here. 47.93 is your possible buy point. That's the high from June 8th. CUTR. Next we have FOUR, and this is another one that you guys can vote on, and a stock that I personally own right now. Took this trade on Friday. This is a heavily shorted name that continues to flirt with the $100 mark, and when stocks do that, it usually builds up some buying pressure. You can see the average true range down here, ATR. This measures the daily candles volatility. So as this is coming in, that means that volatility is decreasing, and you want to see that right near a breakout point so you can keep your stop loss as tight as possible and then get better risk reward on the trade. So with this, nothing fancy. I'm looking for a break over $100 as a possible buy point. That was the high from Friday. And ideally, when that happens, there's very little resistance up top because that would be right by all-time highs. And hopefully we get a short squeeze from there. That was FOUR, one that you guys can vote on, along with ALGN. Next we have FUBO, and I wouldn't typically trade this type of setup because you don't want to have, as a swing trader, trading stocks that are down over 50% off their highs can be very difficult to trade because there's so many people that don't have strict risk management and bought at the top here, around here, that didn't sell on the way down, didn't get stopped out because they didn't place their stops, that are now trapped at these higher prices. So when a stock does rally off the bottom, there's going to be a lot of overhead supply here, a lot of sellers that are going to try to get out for break even so they don't have to admit that they were wrong on the trade. The nice thing about this setup is it got out from the bottom on tons of volume. We're getting heavy volume up days with very little volume on the low days. Flagged out here right on that 8-day exponential moving average. And look at here, there's a little bit of a volume gap, meaning not many people traded in this price range and are stuck at this price range. So what I'm looking for is not to hit a home run with this, not to get all the way back up to all-time highs, but if we could break over Thursday's high of 30.63 right through here, we do have a 15% move up to the main part of the volume shelf here. So I would definitely be taking profit into that type of move because there's a lot of traders, a lot of people that got caught up here that will want to get out at those higher prices. So you're going to see some selling pressure, probably around that $35 range. But there's a 15% move to get there. Volume's doing the right thing. We came off the lows with a ton of volume on the earnings day. And the 50-day moving average is now starting to turn up here. So not the ideal trade because it has that pullback over 50% from the highs, but it's aligning some things that we could take a look at. NGMS. This is the third one that you guys can vote on for the TikTok Trading Challenge. This is one that I've been following for a while, trying to be patient with. Let's see, measure from there. Up 130% since the middle of April, and then we pulled back only 11%. So not many people trying to get out of this name, which you'd like to see. And another thing that I liked about this setup is it was flagging out here, right? And it looked like we broke to the downside of that flag. So maybe people got shaken out there. But then it closed basically even, down 1%, still above the main part of the volume shelf of support here. So I'm looking for, hopefully that was just a nice quick shakeout. Maybe we get some continuation down on Monday to shake out further to the 20-day moving average. But that's why we're always buying when momentum's on our side, while other buyers are stepping in and trying to shoot the price higher. We're not trying to be the first one in calling the bottom. We're always just trying to ride the middle part of the wave. So with that, a break over Thursday's high, 71.63, is going to be my buy point. I have a couple daily highs right around the same price there. So maybe this needs a couple days to tighten up, but high tight flag, low volume in the flag after some heavy volume up days. Definitely one that we want to watch for. ORMP is next. This is another one that might need a couple days to set up a little bit better. Short of a high tight flag, only 85% up. Want that 90% on the way up, but down only 14%, which is nice. Inside candle on little volume on Friday, so the highs and lows were captured between the highs and lows of Thursday's candle, meaning less disagreement on the price. We did pull down 3.7% to the 8-day exponential moving average, but again, we did so on little volume. That was after kind of a volatile last 2 days. This is another example of a stock that I would like to see travel down to the right for a couple days to set up. Even better, have ATR, average true range, come in instead of being kind of inflated as it is now. You can see those daily bars are pretty long. So if we can get a couple days to come in, that helps the setup. Otherwise, just a break over 14.46, the high from Thursday, would be a possible buy point. That's half of the stocks. We just went through 8. So if you are enjoying the video, please leave a like. It helps me out tremendously. The YouTube algorithm, the more interactions we get on this video, the more likes, comments, all that stuff, it pushes it out to other traders. So if you are enjoying the content, leave a comment what stock you like the best, or if I don't share a stock that you think is setting up perfectly, help me out. I gave you 16 stocks to watch. I would love to look over some other stocks on Sunday to prepare for the week. So drop the comment of any stocks that are setting up that I didn't cover here. Next, we have OZON. This is an IPO that has kind of been basing out here for a while, fighting the 50-day moving average once, twice, 3 times. It did close slightly above that moving average on Friday, but still in a fight with that. Also, when I anchored a VWAP, which I learned from that trading conference that I went to last weekend, that was right on the high from Thursday. Or from Friday. So we have the 50-day, we have the anchored VWAP. We're looking for a break over 58.92 as a possible buy point. Over that, you do get a little bit less volume up top for a less resistant move on the way up. OZON. PVAM is next. This is a very loose cup and handle. You can see right through here, we got the cup, got the handle, respecting that 8-day exponential moving average really well. Reversed a little bit on Friday, looked like it was going to break out, and then reversed lower, down 2% or so, but did so on lighter volume. We opened down, we closed slightly higher, so buyers did step in and then kind of sold off. Here, just like the others, I would like this to set up a little bit more time down to the right, allow that 8-day exponential moving average to catch up for support, and then just break out of here. But powerful name, from the base all the way up is 75%. So definitely some power in the name. Just want to give it a little bit more time, but breaking over Friday's high, which would be 663, let's see. Yeah, 663 is a possible buy point there. PAVM. Next we have Pay. PAY. This is another IPO, and it's not nothing too flashy about this, but this stock is having a very tough time right at 30.50. You have 3 daily highs right around the same price that get rejected. So a break over 30.50 is a possible buy point. To the low of the day on Friday would be 5.5% from that point. So maybe you split the stop a little bit, because I always like to keep my stops under 5% if I can, at least the average stop under 5%. Maybe you split it half at 3, half at 6, something like that. Keep it 4.5%. But that's PAY. Palantir is next. This one has been so frustrating to trade, probably because it's had a pullback over 50% in the base. This is 63% from high to low. Similar to FUBO, came off the lows with heavy volume, and now doing everything right on a volume stance. We're above the 8-day, above the 20, and the 50-day is just starting to turn up here, which is nice to see. We're above the main part of this volume shelf, so less resistance. We have a gap in the chart right here, so not any traders going to be taking not as many traders going to be taking profit up through there. So if we could break over Friday's high, 25.94, that would be the possible buy point. I'm already in the trade from Friday, breaking over the high from the 15th. So we'll see how it goes. Squatted a little bit after I got in, but not doing anything too wrong yet. That's Palantir, PLTR. Next we have ROKU, and this is the 4th one that you guys can vote on. I had this on my watch list as this was tightening up. It looked like we undercut the low in the base here. So we ripped off the lows, pulled back to the 20-day, and on, I think this is Monday came out with tons of volume. Great day getting out over the pivot. Looked like it was going to shoot higher. Really good sense of strength. Tuesday, pulled back on heavier volume. So after that, I was like, okay, we're kind of going to leave this stock alone. We had continuation down on Wednesday, and then we reversed on Thursday as tech just was soaking up all the money in the market. Friday, same story. Tech got all the money. And with that theme now coming back, the 2020 winners are now starting to show some strength. We're right at the main part of the volume shelf here, less resistance up top. We're just looking for a break over Friday's high of 370.75. This is another one. If we could check back for a couple days, just build up that buying pressure as short-term traders take their, what would this be, 10% profit off the lows, that would be great. See, ATR is actually starting to climb here. That's one strike against the chart. We want ATR, we want volatility, volume, price action to tighten up before a breakout, but with all the money going into tech right now, we want to keep an eye on that. That's ROKU, the 4th one that you guys can vote on for the TikTok Trading Challenge. Next, we have Snapchat. This is another one that I put out on Friday. We had, it looked like it was going to just come out of this 1, 2, 3 pullback and then go. I got stopped at even or slightly under even, buying lower in this move, then got stopped out on Wednesday. But then we reversed right around that 50-day moving average, pushed back up, set this 1, 2, 3-day pivot, and I bought with a break over that. And then on Friday, got out a little bit, squatted right at that low. So you could get aggressive and just buy at the open right at this pivot point, so 63.40 area. Or if you want to be a little bit more conservative with your entry point, we can draw a downward diagonal that hits 2 points and then a flat top along the high from Friday. And those two kind of, what's it called? Confluence of indicators, where two types of buying systems come together right around the same price. So looking for a break over 61.80, the high from Friday, as a possible buy point if you're putting on a new position right now. Or if you want to get aggressive with the entry, buying just if we open right around the 63.30, 63.40 area that had this 3-day pivot. That's SNAP. Next we have SSTK. Got 2 more for you guys. We did gap up on volume here and then built a base, undercut the low, so you could see right through there. We undercut that. So I like to see that because we shake out any of the traders that got in on this pullback. And then we moved back over the 50-day moving average, checked back, and then tightened up. You could see ATR, average true range, tightening up, falling off a cliff. So you like to see that. We had a false breakout on Tuesday where we got out over the pivot point right through here and then got rejected, and then had a 3-day setup since then. So what I'm looking for is a break over Thursday's high, 94.79, as a possible buy point right through there. Very little resistance up top because we're near all-time highs. And TGY, last stock that we'll talk about. This one, very frustrating for me because we got out heavy, tons of volume on the way out, pulled back on low volume, and then we made the turn on Wednesday. So I bought on Wednesday, and then on Thursday immediately got stopped out basically as we broke under the low from Wednesday. Looked like this was going to be a stock that no one wanted to look at for a while, but we did bounce right at that 50-day moving average and the volume shelf from below the previous breakout point. And then on Friday, we opened way higher, came up, and looked like we were going to break over the previous day's high. Maybe we did. No, we missed it by 1 cent. And this is setting up for a really nice breakout because we shook out all the traders. Now they're scrambling to get back in, and we have 1, 2, 3 daily highs right around the same price, a previous pivot, and then the previous 2 days highs. So a break over 33.23, the high from Thursday, is going to be my possible buy point on this, TGH. All right, that's going to be the breakout watch list for the week. Remember to go to Twitter, StockTrickNick, follow me there, and then vote on your favorite setup. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I make this breakout watch list on Sunday mornings, put out another watch list either on Tuesday or Wednesday night, depending on how the market acts, and then do a trading recap on Saturday morning. Make sure you comment any stocks that I missed so I could be prepared for the upcoming week as well, and follow me on StockTwits, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Have a great week.